Hey, it's Luke John Harrison here. Before we get into this video, make sure please that you like, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure the bell notification icon is on. It only takes 1 second of your day to make mine. Now let's get into it. Perhaps you know by now what my favourite #1 film of all time is, but actually not the original, but the sequel, the second one, Terminator 2, right here on the screen. Terminator 2, for me, has such a warm place in my heart, and you've probably seen the film by now, maybe even several times. I watched it back in the mid-90s. I remember my dad was cycling to Asda at the time, and he brought back the VHS. I think it was a Guild home video release, if I remember rightly. And I watched it probably 2-3 times every day for several months. And to this day, I think I can remember most of the lines by heart. And I loved that film. It was just an intense blend of action, intense blend of storyline. The music was powerful. The scenes were immense. The special effects at the time, and even now, are still fantastic to watch. It was Arnie's best role. Yes, I know he's playing a robot in his best ever performance, but that was it. Now, Terminator 2 holds a great place in my heart, not just for an all-round action film, not just for an emotional experience, and a fantastically driven story. The first Terminator is just almost on par with that, to be fair, but I think Terminator 2 just takes it over in terms of the immenseness of it, the absolute epic, just the whole epicness of the whole thing. But inside of the movie, there's several life lessons. I mean, I actually welled up with tears, and I still get emotional when that father-like figure of John Connor is lowering himself into the lava at the end, and John Connor's breaking his heart. And it's like, oh, you can kind of like relate to that a little bit. So anyway, in the movie, Sarah Connor is they're hiding out on the run, and they're stopping at Sarah Connor's friends in the middle of the desert. And she's carving into a table with a knife, and she runs off and tries to kill Miles Dyson from Skynet, who obviously later goes on to then, design the machine that turns on itself, and the whole war of the machines happens because of him and his work at Cyberdyne. So she thinks if she kills Miles Dyson, that Cyberdyne will not develop and Skynet will not go live, etc. But anyway, once she runs away, John Connor is standing there with the Terminator and sees what she's scribed into the table. And she scribes "no fate" into the table. And John Connor says, "No fate. No fate but what we make for ourselves." And then he's figuring out that she's trying to change the course of fate by killing Miles Dyson. Now, I want you to think about this in your life. There is no fate but what you create for yourself. The decisions that you make, the choices that you have, create your destiny, right? I personally don't believe that it's just meant to be this way. It's just meant to be that way. My life's just meant to be like that. I honestly believe that we create our own fate. Our choices determine the future, and your choices determine your future. So you've got to be very, very particular about what choices you're making now, because your results right now, think about this, your results right now, let's take your body for example. Your results in your body right now, this moment, watching this video, are a result of the choices you've been making the past several weeks, months, if not years. Think about that. You'd probably agree with that. The choices, your body is a reflection of your previous choices of that which was. Your previous choices are what's happening now. So think about, if you want a new body, for example, what choices you have to make now to create a different fate for the future. Every choice matters. If your body's on track, great. What choice do you have to make for your mindset now, moving forward? Your lifestyle moving forward? Your job moving forward? Your business moving forward? Anything in your life, what you make, the choices you make now will directly affect your future. So think about that. And if you get a chance to go and rewatch Terminator 2, which is now in the glory of 4K, and it looks amazing. I went to see it in 3D when it was released a couple of years ago in the cinemas as well. And it was magnificent. Again, it was like rewatching it all again. That is my #1 favourite movie of all time, and I don't believe that it will ever shift. It will always have a warm place in my heart. And I hope you've enjoyed the previous 10 list of my top 10 favourite movies and the life lessons that come with them. And I'll see you on the next one.